is not given in your book. Only master gland it is given in your book. So just remember, pituitary gland is also known as the master gland of our body. Master means it will regulate. Okay, means pituitary gland also regulates the secretion of hormone from some other glands. Okay, that's why it is known as the master gland of our body. Means pituitary gland is the head of the glands. It regulates the hormones secreted from some other glands. Okay, that we will discuss. Okay, later on we will discuss. So if we will talk about the location of pituitary gland, then we can say it is a small sized gland that is found below brain. Okay, we can write in location below brain. Okay, pituitary gland is a small sized gland which is found below brain. And if we will talk about the location, as I have mentioned, it is a very small size, or we can write here pea-sized gland. Pea-sized gland. Okay, very small. It is a very small gland, but it is the master gland of our body, as I have mentioned. Why? Because it also regulates the working of some other glands. That's why it is known as the master gland of our body. If you will talk about the location of pituitary gland, it is just found below the brain, and it is very small. That is, we can mention it is a pea-sized gland. Okay, so let us now discuss the main thing of our discussion, that is the hormones secreted from the pituitary gland. Okay, so if you will talk about the hormones secreted from the pituitary gland, then here I have written some of the hormones: growth hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, and prolactin. Okay, here I have written, or as in your book it is mentioned, these many hormones, that all we will discuss today. Okay, so let us first discuss about the growth hormone. As the name suggests, growth hormone helps in the growth of our body, especially in the adulthood, or else we can say especially in the adolescence period. After just this topic we will discuss about adolescence. Okay, don't worry. So adolescence is a period of adulthood, or we can say after the age of 12. Okay, when so many changes occur in both male and female body, that period is known as the adolescence period. Okay, and in that period, growth hormone, the secretion of growth hormone is very much essential or very much necessary for our body, because if there will be any insufficient secretion of growth hormone or more secretion of growth hormone, means the growth of the male and the female body will be disturbed. Okay, that's why the growth hormone needs to be secreted in a proper amount. Okay, so just remember, growth hormone is a hormone which maintains or which regulates the growth of our body, especially in the adolescence period. Okay, generally the growth of the body after when we pass the adolescence period, means just after the age of 20 or 25, the growth of the body will be retarded, will be minimized. Okay, we will not have more growth of the body. So if you will take the example of height, okay, a height is a factor which can be also included on growth factor. Okay, so if you will take the example of height factor, then up to certain age only we will grow by our height, then we cannot grow by our height. So just I have given the example, the growth of our body, especially during the adolescence period, is controlled by the growth hormone. Okay, so if you will talk about the hyposecretion, hypo means insufficient secretion, and hypersecretion, hyper means over secretion. Okay, if you will talk about the insufficient secretion or over secretion of growth hormone, then it will lead to some disease or some disorder. If the insufficient, if the growth hormone, the secretion of growth hormone will be minimized, if the secretion of growth hormone will be insufficient, then during adolescence period, then the male and the female, they undergo a disorder known as dwarfism. Okay, its height. Okay, and if the secretion of the growth hormone will be more, then the person will undergo gigantism, means excessive growth in height. Okay, so this is all about the growth hormone. As I have mentioned, it is very much essential during the growth period or during the adolescence period or during the adult period. Okay, next, the next hormone is thyroid stimulating hormone. Remember, growth hormone can be also written as GH. Okay, sometimes you may find capital G and H. It indicates the growth hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone can also be written as TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone, see students, this is a very important topic I am discussing, just listen it carefully. Thyroid stimulating hormone, when we are talking about thyroid stimulating hormone means, if you all have remembered, then already we have discussed about the thyroid gland, and the hormone produced from the thyroid gland is thyroxine. Okay, so thyroid stimulating hormone, stimulating means it will act upon the thyroid gland, or it will command the thyroid gland to stimulate the thyroxine hormone. Just I am showing you, just I am describing how it commands the thyroid gland. Just listen it carefully. Okay, so here if we will talk about, suppose this is the brain. Here we can find a small sized gland, that is the pituitary gland. Okay, so pituitary gland is also known as the master gland. And here see, when we are talking about the TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, thyroid gland is regulating which gland? It is regulating the thyroid gland. Okay, as I have mentioned, pituitary gland regulates some of the other glands. That's why it is known as the master gland of the body. And here the pituitary gland is regulating the thyroid gland, the secretion of thyroid gland. Okay, suppose this is the pituitary gland, and here suppose we got the thyroid gland. As we have discussed, thyroid gland is the bilobed structure. I am not going again to the thyroid gland. So here thyroid gland will release which hormone? Thyroxine hormone. So pituitary gland will release one fluid or one substance that is known as thyroid stimulating hormone. Okay, again I am saying, listen it carefully. Pituitary gland will release one hormone known as thyroid stimulating hormone, means this thyroid stimulating hormone will act upon only thyroid gland. Remember, as I have already mentioned, the production of hormone, whichever gland we are talking about, whenever we are talking about the hormones producing from the gland, it is not that hormones, when it will be released, it will act upon full of our body. No, it will act only upon the target organ. Means here, when we are talking about the thyroid stimulating hormone, means the TSH or the thyroid stimulating hormone is acting upon the target organ. Which one is the target organ? Thyroid gland is the target. Okay, so here when the TSH, the thyroid stimulating hormone, will act upon the thyroid gland, it will command or it will enhance the thyroid gland to produce thyroxine. Actually, it helps in releasing thyroid releasing hormone. See, this thyroid stimulating hormone, this part is not mentioned, for your knowledge I am just discussing. This thyroid stimulating hormone secretes or helps in the secretion of thyroid releasing hormone. Okay, and this thyroid releasing hormone helps in the secretion of thyroxine. Okay, again I am repeating the process. Pituitary gland will secrete the thyroid stimulating gland, which helps or which will stimulate the thyroid gland to produce the thyroxine. So this thyroid stimulating gland, in turn, it will produce the thyroid releasing hormone. This thyroid stimulating hormone, this thyroid stimulating hormone produced from the pituitary gland will help in the release of thyroid releasing hormone. And when the thyroid releasing do you know students, all of our body we got a self, regulatory mechanism. Okay, about that we will read in higher class. All of us we got a self regulatory mechanism. Means if sometimes any of the disturbance if it will occur in our body, then we have some of the capacity to regulate it. Suppose here I am giving the example. Sometimes if for example, for any purpose, if the amount of thyroxine will increase in our body, suppose the amount of thyroxine it will increase in our body, then what will happen? Pituitary gland will command, or pituitary gland will lower the secretion of thyroid stimulating hormone. Again, listen carefully. Whenever, suppose for any disorder or for any deficiency or some any of the reason, if thyroxine hormone will increase in our body, then automatically pituitary gland will lower the secretion of thyroid stimulating hormone. Then what will happen? Automatically the thyroid releasing hormone will be lower and the production of thyroxine will be lower. Okay, and the opposite we can also talk. If sometimes suppose for any reason the thyroxine hormone will be less, the production of thyroxine hormone will be less in our body, then what will happen? The pituitary gland will secrete more thyroid stimulating hormone. This thyroid stimulating hormone in turn it will secrete more thyroid releasing hormone, and the amount of thyroxine will be released in our body. Okay, but it is up to some extent. Okay, so the regulatory mechanism of our body, sometimes it acts in our body. Okay, and it varies from different, person to person, as immunity or immune system it varies from person to person. So the regulatory mechanism of the body also it varies. Okay, it it depends upon how fit you are. Okay, it is depending upon the fitness of your body. So this is all about the thyroid stimulating hormone. Here we have discussed how the pituitary gland is controlling the thyroid gland by releasing thyroid stimulating hormone, and this thyroid stimulating hormone will secrete the thyroid releasing hormone. It will act upon the thyroid gland, and thyroid gland will release the thyroid releasing hormone, which in turn will release the thyroxine hormone. Okay, so here this is all about thyroid stimulating hormone. Next, let us talk about the follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone. See, whenever we are talking about follicle, means we are talking about the gametes. Okay, means the gametes producing cells. Already in our last chapter, when we have discussed the human reproductive system, there I have mentioned about the male gamete and the female gamete. Male gamete is the sperm and female gamete is the ova or egg. Okay, so whenever we are talking about follicle, means follicles are the primary cells which will produce the gametes. Okay, suppose the primary follicle cells of male will produce sperm, and the primary follicle cells of female will produce ova or egg. Okay, so here we will talk about follicle stimulating hormone. Means a hormone FSH. Okay, we can write here FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. So these follicle stimulating hormone, it is secreted by the pituitary gland, and when pituitary gland will secrete the follicle stimulating hormone, it will act upon the gonads. Means it will act upon the gametes producing cells. In male it will act upon the testis, and in female it will act upon the ovary, and it will regulate the production of what? It will regulate the production of sperms and eggs or ova. Okay, so this is the work of thyroid stimulating hormone. So what it does? Pituitary gland will release the follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, pituitary gland will release the follicle stimulating hormone. This follicle stimulating hormone helps in the production of, or enhance the production of sperm in male and egg in female. Okay, so So next one is prolactin. See, pituitary gland plays a very important role during childbirth. Okay, during childbirth, here we are discussing only some of the hormones which are secreted from the pituitary gland. Later on in your higher class, you will have some more, detailed structure or detailed account of the glands. So here, as I am discussing prolactin, before that, just I want to tell you that pituitary gland plays a very important role in the childbirth. Okay, during childbirth, pituitary gland helps in the expansion of uterus so that the baby or the fetus inside the mother womb, it can come out easily. Oxytocin is one hormone which helps in the childbirth. Okay, remember, oxytocin is a hormone which is generally secreted by the pituitary gland, and it helps in the it helps during the childbirth. It will expand the uterus and it will helps the baby to move smoothly out of the uterus. Okay, so here let us discuss about prolactin. Prolactin is a hormone which is secreted by the pituitary gland after childbirth. Means after childbirth, this prolactin hormone will act upon the mammary gland of the mother and will helps in the production or the formation of milk for the baby. Okay, that's why sometimes you might have observed the different food supplement of the baby like lactogen. Okay, lactogen comes from prolactin only. Means prolactin is a hormone which helps in the formation of milk. Okay, so these are all about some of the hormones that we have discussed, which are secreted by the pituitary gland. And again, some more hormones you will read in your higher class. About some more glands you will read in your higher class. Okay, we have discussed some glands. What all glands we have discussed? Thyroid gland, adrenal gland, then pancreas and pituitary gland. These are the four very important glands that we have discussed, and we have completed the endocrine system. In our next discussion, we will move on to the next topic, that is the adolescence. Okay, in the adolescence topic, we will have some discussion, and that topic will be very important for you. Okay, because you all are in your adolescent period. That's why that topic will be very important for you. And all the glands that we have discussed, we can summarize it. Already a table is given in your book. We will discuss that table. Okay, and in our next discussion, we will move on to our